Hey, it's Joe. Here to talk a bit about my journey with gastric sleeve, which is scheduled for just over 3 weeks from now. I weigh about 250 pounds, 5'7". This week has really been kind of me planning in earnest for the surgery, which I said is scheduled just a little bit over 3 weeks from now. I met with a nutritionist this week, which I posted about. I've noticed that pretty much in my spare time, it's become a hobby to search the internet for stuff about gastric sleeve, which frankly in the last couple of days is probably making me more nervous than anything else, and I probably need to cut back a bit. But some of the things that I guess I'm just starting to get a little bit nervous about, worried about, not enough to change my decision, but things that are on my mind. One is addiction transfer. So there's no doubt that I have an unhealthy relationship with food, and certainly an emotional eater. It's just something I haven't been able to overcome. While I feel mentally quite fit and quite healthy, I think just for a very long time I used food as a coping skill. So I'm hoping that I'm not still using it as much as a coping skill. It's just more habitual, but I am worried that this addiction that I have with food, that once I can't eat like I could before after the sleeve, what does that mean? So I have a meeting or an appointment with a therapist in about a week that works with gastric sleeve or at least gastric patients. So that'll be a question that I'll kind of talk to her about, or a concern I'll talk to her about. So I'll post about that. The other is just the concern that I'm having is like the lack of information that's out there for gastric sleeve patients long term. It's really easy to find people that are like 1 or 2 years out, maybe 3, and everyone seems very, very happy. They've lost weight. But I guess that raises a couple things for me. Number one, where are the people that have had it longer? I recognize they're probably not using forums and things because they may not need as much support, but there's just not as many people, since the surgery hasn't been around that long, that can speak to that. And the other is, even those that are 2-3 years out, if they are gaining weight or they are struggling, would that information really be out there? I'm not finding a lot of it. Every now and then you'll find kind of a post, but, if people are struggling, I just wonder, would they really be inclined to post about it? So, I'm definitely feeling, like it's a tool, which I've heard so many people say, but that it's really, really, really going to be up to me. And it's not just going to be a matter of like cutting most of my stomach out, it will be easy for me to get back to my old patterns once I think you get through like that initial sort of shock to the system. So a year from now, 18 months from now, maybe less, just concerns about going back to my old bad habits, or coming up with new bad habits, which was, the addiction transfer piece. So, I have given some thought about maybe doing something like a Weight Watchers after, maybe the initial weight loss period, just to kind of keep me on track with the food and the nutrition, because I am worried about that. I have struggled with it in the past, obviously. I weigh 250 pounds. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on with me, just some concerns. Certainly the realization that I am cutting out a big portion of my stomach that I will not be getting back ever. So I think I'm confident it's still the right decision for me, but I'm going to need to continue to sort through those feelings. So anyway, just thought I'd share, and I'll post more soon. Thanks. Bye.